We are now being asked about this debt limit of 3,000. Why has this debt been increased? The agreement that President Ranil Wickremesinghe signed include terms set for the reissuance of sovereign bonds. The haircut is 27%. This means that to issue sovereign bonds, we are issuing 3,000 million rupees to conclude this process. Therefore, this is being done in accordance with the agreement that was previously reached. Yesterday, Minister Kabir Hashim said in Parliament that this will reduce to 17% in the coming years. What is the reason for this? These are conditions of this agreement.
ඒ ගිවිසුම ඒක තමයි අපි කිව්වේ ඒ ගිවිසුම තාම අත්සන් කරලා නැහැ. ඒක කැන්සල් කරගන්න පුළුවන්. ඔබට කොන්දක් තියෙනවා නම් මේ ආණ්ඩුවට ඒක අවලංගු කරන්න. ජනාධිපතිවරණයට දින දෙකකට කලින් රනිල්
2 days before the presidential election, the president signed this agreement which includes these conditions. That's why we are implementing these terms. After having entered into such an agreement, these people are now waiting for the NPP government to make a mess of the government and would go do something that would destroy the country in an international arena. This is why we are trying to take this country forward in an organized manner. The people who governed the country for over 76 years burdened the country with a debt of 30 trillion and brought the country to a position where we cannot pay back our debts are now asking us to perform magic tricks. Money for some of the loans that were taken by the country has not come into the country. We are now performing forensic audits to investigate these loans, and it has revealed that sometimes only 40 or 50% of the loan has come into the country. The haircut of 27% is nominal. The cut will take place in January 2028. Following the exchange rate valuation based on Sri Lanka's GDP in US dollars from 2024 to 2027. We all know this, the Treasury, the ISB holders and the Central Bank all know that by the final year, this haircut will drop to about 14.4% or 15%. The real issue here is the difference between what was said on the political stage earlier and what is being asked for now. He says that there was an agreement on a 27% haircut and that there's nothing we can do about it. But Minister Kabir Hashim said that this agreement hasn't even been signed yet. That's true, it hasn't been signed. We still have time until the 12th of December, which means there's one more week to go. If you are hoping the international sovereign bond holders will at least agree to 90%, even if it's a smaller reduction, there's still time for that. There was a statement made that no agreement was reached on the 19th of September, 2 days before the presidential election. Although the final agreement has not been signed, I would like to add these two matters into the Hansard. The first is the statement issued by the Ministry of Finance, Economic Stabilization and National Policies on behalf of the government of Sri Lanka. We did not want to be confrontational and create an issue here because if this process drags on for another year, it will be detrimental to the country. We promise the people that we will take the country forward from where it has been brought to. We have said that we will implement our economic policy. We have not said anywhere that we will follow the agenda of the opposition. Then the second document. After this statement was issued, the Singapore Securities Exchange, this is where these bonds are selling on the secondary market. They too have made an announcement to their stock exchange based on this agreement. That is the reason why we took this practical approach instead of breaking all of these agreements. We are clearly acting according to the mandate that was given to us and not based on the agendas of the opposition.
ඔබතුමා in principle රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මහත්තයාගේ මොඩලයට එකඟයි. ඒක නේද ඔයා කිව්වේ. So very clear. බොහොම ස්තුතියි ඒක කිව්වට. බොහොම ස්තුතියි.
In principle, කලින් ආණ්ඩුව අත්සන් කරපු
In principle, what was signed by the previous government on the 19th of September, that is the reason why. Are we going to go into further negotiations and spend more and make this a massive issue for the country, just as you would want us to do? Or do we, based on the assurances given by our consultants that have assured us that we can conclude this by December? This decision was taken as a measure to reduce the expense and to prevent this process from further burdening the people. We do not want to act according to your agenda. We want to bring this country out of the hole that it is in. When we took over the government, the debt restructuring process had come to its final stages. Therefore, it may have certain shortcomings and there may be alternate proposals. To manage the crisis, we have taken certain decisions. The opposition is proposing that we renegotiate this before we sign it on the 12th. There is no way that this can be done. I responsibly state that there is not enough time to do that. There is no room to do something like that now. Based on these agreements, we are aiming to conclude the restructuring of these ISBs soon. We have approved this in the cabinet and we are moving forward. Many are attempting to say that we are implementing the program of Ranil Wickremesinghe. We know who Ranil Wickremesinghe is better than you. You might know him well personally, but we know his policies. That is the reason why we have worked against those policies since 2002. Us implementing the IMF program is not an implementation of Ranil Wickremesinghe's program. The IMF program was initiated by Basil Rajapaksa. We will work with any organization based on the policy of doing right by the people and the country. It is based on that policy that we are moving forward with the IMF.